Hey, what's up guys? All right, so we're doing a really cool drop-in to one of our clients today. Here in Brooklyn, we're visiting LivFit Studios. If you live around Brooklyn and you want to get in incredible shape, highly suggestive. But we're gonna go in, we're gonna check it out, we're gonna do a little content, we're gonna check out what they're doing, as well as do a sit down with the owners and just walk through a little bit of their business, do like a mini Inner Circle Live, do a little coaching session. We just got here on an Uber ride and the Uber ride was insane. The stories that he had was incredible. So I'm excited to show you guys what we got. What's up guys? We're here in Brooklyn at LivFit Studios. Menachem is one of our clients here with Gym Launch and we're here just dropping in. He was super thoughtful and nice enough to have us come in. We're gonna introduce him in just a second. But I gotta show you guys something. These are easily the nicest bathrooms I've ever seen inside of a boutique fitness facility. Hands down, just like, look at this. This is amazing. This is incredible. Menachem, by the way, I judge gyms by their bathrooms, by the way.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm sure other gym owners do as well. Not only is it super clean, but it's just super fresh, just as an entire gym, and it's just decked out to the nines. So, exceptional job on that, by the way.
Thank you very much.
That was very good. For those of you that don't know, this is Menachem. He owns LivFit Studios here in Brooklyn. He's also opening another location. Is it gonna be LivFit as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's gonna be where again?
Crown Heights.
For those of you that are unfamiliar with the way it works in New York City, you could be like a mile away, but it'll take like 2 hours to get there. Not really, but like it would take close to an hour to get there.
Absolutely. It's like
Yeah.
18 minutes at night, 50 minutes during the day.
Crazy.
So,
real quick, can you do an intro on type of gym? So like obviously we can tell a little bit, but what kind of gym?
so we're a boutique personal training studio.
Okay.
We do one-on-one and mostly semi-private.
Okay, cool.
We are playing around with like one large group, but it's a small place, so
How would you define large group?
18 people, but we don't have 18 people in it.
Oh wow, 18 people. You can get 18 people in here?
So we're playing around with the programming.
Yeah.
But we've never done it. We have 12 people, which is, kind of in that no man zone,
Okay.
no man land, I know. We put 3 people at a rack, no barbells, no
And
landmark movements,
rotate through.
2 movements at each station.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll have
And one rest,
like
basically.
a push-up,
Yep.
somebody doing push-ups either on the rack, on the floor, whatever it is. Somebody doing some sort of, let's say, a row movement or something, a lower body movement, and then one person's resting, and we just rotate through.
Nice.
But it's not most of what we do. Most of what we do is the semi-private.
Yep,
And
or the
so
personal
we partner
training.
people up at a rack. We have 2 racks for each semi-private session that's going on.
Smart, perfect. So you can have 2 sessions going at once.
One person squatting, one person lifting.
Yep.
Coach making sure everything's going good.
This looks great. This is amazing. It's amazing what you can fit in a space like this too. For us, like coming from a warehouse space, and most boutique facilities are obviously they have a lot more space.
Yeah.
And you have to be super careful of how you use it, which I think a lot of gyms could learn from. You can take that if you can too. Yeah, take it, do it. Congrats on the 37 in cash, by the way, in the last 2 weeks, man. That's awesome.
Last week.
Just 1 week.
Just this week.
Just this week.
Yeah, in the past 3 weeks, it was actually 76,000.
Wow.
But 76,000 the past 3 weeks.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's front end cash collected when you sell.
So that's contracts. I believe
Okay.
front end cash is something like 50,000.
It's a little bit harder for you to get reoccurring, like EFT membership. Is that correct?
I don't think that's really a situation. Things have been really broken up with
Lots of
our
holidays.
schedule recently. So
Okay.
it's challenging for anybody that's getting into the gym to, they do like a 6-week program, a 12-week program.
Yeah.
And then summer's here. A lot of people leave during the summer. And then they have like 4 weeks in between summer and like the holiday season. That's like another 4 weeks of straight holiday. So now that we're past like these 4 months, I think we're gonna be solid. And beforehand, we were doing mostly EFTs. I was selling straight into reoccurring.
Yeah.
So we had like 8 months where it was all EFTs. And now it's been 4 months that I've been selling like the front end program, and that's been going really well. We just haven't had time yet
To switch.
transfer that over.
How many members do you have?
I don't know off the top of my head. Probably about 40 right now.
What's your average monthly revenue?
Before the holidays, we were doing EFTs. We were about doing 20,000 a month. That was all reoccurring. Then we started doing the front end programs. In the past 3 weeks after the holidays, we opened up, did a week of selling, a week of onboarding, second week of selling. So the first week of selling, we did something like $42,000, $43,000. And now we did like another 33 to 37.
And how many new clients are you bringing on board?
I believe it's 37,000. And that was 13 clients. That was 8 $3,000 packages.
Yeah.
That's the semi-private.
That's for 12 weeks?
12 weeks.
Great. Okay, cool. And then what's your reoccurring?
And then the reoccurring is, so 3,000 is basically 250 a week. It drops down to 195.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What's the highest amount of members that you had at one time?
About 40.
How many members do you typically train in a semi-private session?
So we cap it at 4.
Okay, cool. 45-minute
So
sessions?
we have 45-minute sessions starting
Nice.
at 6:15 a.m. is our first session over here until the last one, which starts at 10:45.
Yeah.
So they're all back to back. We also have like one-on-one sessions happening alongside, and then we start again with the semi-private at 6 p.m., 6:45, 7:30, 8:15, and then we have later one-on-one sessions as well.
How many coaches do you have?
Now, right now, I have one coach that's doing most of the coaching.
Okay.
So we do over here separate men's program and separate women's program. On the team, we have 2 amazing rock star female coaches. I haven't reopened the women's program here. As far as male coaches, it's me and 3 others. I have one person who's working full time right now. I'm doing a few sessions. I'm only doing some one-on-one sessions. I have another guy that just got married, so the honeymoon's taken off.
Yeah.
We have another guy that's got a bunch of one-on-one. He does a bunch of one-on-one. He was doing a bunch of sessions here. Now he's doing a little bit less, and he comes in whenever we need, like some subbing or whatever.
Nice. Where do you do your sales? Yeah. Right here. I like it.
Right here.
I like
I don't
it.
have a
That's
space or
great.
anything.
This is perfect.
I pull up a box, put it right down here. I put 5 pounds of fat over here.
Yep, I saw
A
that.
stack of contracts over here.
Love it. So you do the whole thing, the sales choreography and all that stuff?
We do the whole thing over here.
I love it. What's your rent?
$3,000.
That's it?
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
I was expecting like 8 to 12.
Yeah, so it's a basement. That's why I opened up here in the first place.
When did you start training people?
12 years ago.
Wow. You're an OG.
12 years ago, I was 16, so
Why'd you sign up with Gym Launch?
honestly, I signed up for accountability, being part of a group,
helps.
and having a coach that will keep me on track is definitely something that's
helpful. Yeah. What do we suck at? Like, what could we do better for you?
I would love to have a little more interaction with the other coaches.
Yeah. Okay.
know?
So you'd like to meet with
the-
them, talk with them?
When I say the other coaches, I mean I'm talking about other gym owners. Right?
Got it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm looking forward to the
Yeah, it's gonna
event
be
coming
great.
up.
It's gonna be
you know?
awesome.
I would love more of that. I would love more interaction with other gym owners and stuff. I personally could probably use a little more accountability.
What else?
I mean, I'm a sucker for information.
Yeah.
That's my weak point. My weak point is I'll sit all day and I'll read the books, I'll watch the videos. I'll be like, I'm just gonna start as soon as it's perfect.
Yeah.
As you can see over here, I don't even have a sign up yet.
That's great though.
And that's actually a sign of me doing well.
That's it.
Okay, that's a sign of me jumping in.
Yep. $76,000 in the last 2 weeks without a sign.
Yep. Not bad.
How many square feet is this?
1,200 square feet. Their training floor is only 700 square
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a lot. Yeah. You have a lot less. How many people do you think you could run out of this? Not in a class, I mean like total at the gym.
200.
And that's the goal?
That's the goal, yeah.
Okay.
200 semi-private.
That puts you at 1.2 a year probably.
Yeah, you're good.
I do a lot of math. Okay. But the good news is like you can definitely do it out of here without a doubt, especially with the way that you organize it. And you're obviously super experienced with it. So, and you have more than enough people to go after around here too. How much do you spend on marketing?
A couple $1,000s a month right now.
Okay.
I think we spent $3,000 to get this $79,000 in.
Beautiful.
We're not marketing on Facebook or anything like that.
What do you market?
We market on WhatsApp.
I love it.
Yeah, so we basically find local groups
Yep.
and we pay to place an ad, $200. We have about 100 people reach out every time we place an ad.
Wow.
Out of those 100, we typically we're getting about 25 shows.
That's not
I mean,
bad.
25 schedules.
Oh.
And then about like 17, 18 shows. Yeah, so I think if we get the schedule right up, things are going to be looking really good.
Can you show me on WhatsApp like what that would look like where you would go?
Yeah.
And is this like everyone in your community uses WhatsApp?
People are traveling to Israel, to France, to this,
And
to that.
WhatsApp's great to use.
WhatsApp's international.
Yeah.
So everybody's on WhatsApp. Typically we'll do an ad, we'll do a video or something.
Yeah, I would love to see what you have.
Oh, it's embarrassing. It's
I'm
not
sure
even
it's
good.
amazing.
It's not even good.
Dude, don't
I had a
know.
buddy-
It's
I had-
working though.
I had
Like
a buddy
it's working.
grab the camera and
Yes, that's the best
now,
though.
now all my clients are making fun of me.
Nah, that's okay. But
Hey, Barbara. yeah.
but you just, well, yeah, they can laugh all the way to the bank.
So you're at 40 members. What would you say is the bottleneck currently that you're facing to get to that 200?
Staff, team members. I could have a thriving women's program over here right now.
Yeah.
If I had the right coaches. We're going to be hiring a nutrition coach. That's the next step.
How do you plan on handling 2 locations time-wise? You're already spending a ton of time here and then you have the other one.
So a lot of the stuff that we do doubles up because
Yeah,
it's not like 2 different teams. It's one team.
Just different
right?
locations.
But the marketing
Same.
It's the same marketing. Same coaches going over there. Same admin lives over there. Can spend half the time there, half the time there. But I'm really going to be keeping the other location very, very low key.
Do most of your clients come in 3 times a week?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
If you look over here, this is our little application. You know, this is pretty much our list of active clients right here.
Love it.
I like physically filling it out with them.
Yeah.
The way we sell the large group is you have access up to 3 times a week. But the semi-private and the one-on-one, you're going away for a week, don't worry about it. We're still going to have your sessions when you come back. We're not going to drop you the week that you're here. We'll send you some workouts and stuff to do on your own.
Do your clients pay, for the ones that are on EFT, do you charge them every 28 days or do you charge them?
Every 4 weeks.
Every 4 weeks. Okay, cool. What's your churn like?
Right now it's been pretty high.
But around this time of year, is it high or is it because of what you're doing or changes or what?
It's because of the holidays and everything.
Yeah, okay. So that's normal year over year turnover?
No, not usually. First of all, the holidays work on a lunar calendar. It's a different calendar.
Got it, so it changes.
So it changes how close to the summer it is every year and everything. This year in particular, it was just a really bad setup. It was our first summer here in this facility. Right now I need staff.
Do you typically get people that are just brand new, never actually trained before, and that's your junior associates that you're training?
So we're getting a lot of those are the people that are reaching out.
Yeah.
To that. It's not hard to make money as a one-on-one coach here in New York.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, listen, I'm making $120 an hour.
Yeah.
Going into people's houses. I work when I want. I take, you know, why am I going to do anything else? So it's hard to find, you know, and the people that are reaching out are the people that are like, hey, I've never done this before.
Yeah. How many interviews have you done over the last month or 3 weeks? Yeah.
12.
12, okay.
12 in person.
Yeah, that's a lot considering I'm sure the fall off too, because you probably get a decent amount of people and then a lot of people don't show up.
And a lot of people we don't really even in for.
It's not even a possibility.
But I recently found out, I've been spending thousands of dollars a month on Indeed, placing ads.
Yeah.
I recently found out that you can just search resumes and reach out.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
100% you can. Yeah, 100%.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it's a good recruiting tactic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
because some of the best people already have jobs. So if you can find them even in their current positions and try to recruit them.
So that's something that somebody just told me. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, so now you can just hunt for them.
I'm pretty excited about that, yeah.
That's great. Right now, in my opinion, for you, and it sounds like you are, just keep interviewing, keep trying to find. I would try to see how many people you can pack in here from a client standpoint, revenue-wise, starting now, because that money and margin gives you the opportunity to be very aggressive with finding someone really, really good.
Yeah.
And that will pay off in the long run.
Why don't we see more people really building up 10, 20, 30 facilities? Is it really that hard to operate?
Yeah. So you have one kid right now. You have 2 kids here. When you have one kid, you give them 100% of your attention, love, all that stuff, right? When you have the next kid, you can't give 50 and 50. You have to provide love and attention at the same level for both. And if you don't, one starts to feel neglected and starts to bring down the morale of the entire family. Right?
Sure.
The entire family component is impacted. We have found historically on lots of gyms, lots of owners, and there's exceptions to the rule, right? Just like anything else, but we play that by the percentages.
Yeah.
The majority of individuals have a really hard time being able to manage both facilities. And what happens is they're like, cool, Excel math is great. I'm gonna make this much in this facility. All I need to do is start another facility and I'll make the same amount. When they realize what happens is they lose sight of the one facility. They take the profit from one into the other, and they're starting to build this one up, but then this one starts to creep back down until it levels out, and they end up making the same amount that they were before from 2 facilities, which is twice the headache, twice the kids, twice the pain, everything else, but they're making the same amount of money. Rather than they could have just had one facility, less pain, less overhead, less headache, and they could just be out of the gym completely, pulling 30K from one.
That's the thing, if you're out of the gym completely, right? Why shouldn't you be able to go replicate it again?
Because most people are not out of the gym completely by the time they do that. They're still in the gym when they think about it. Right. That's why. So that's where get this one set, and you already have the other one open, so that's a different story. And because you have the same team, that's easier, but it's still, because you have same marketing channels, same clientele, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Crown Heights also a large Jewish area. Okay, perfect. So same style, same training, everything is the same. That's a lot easier from that standpoint. It's usually because, the reason why it usually doesn't work is because most people don't share teams. So they start with one and they want to have the same team in one, and then they have to duplicate the exact same process in the other one. But if you keep the same teams and are able to move them back and forth based on the way that you have it set, it's a lot easier for you to scale. I just wouldn't try to scale one until you're busting at the seams. Yeah, you know what I mean?
100%.
You're most likely going to need to get off the floor a lot faster than you think. If you're saying you're having a hard time having the time to do these things, like build out the training program and all that stuff, I know you like training. I don't know if you follow us on social media or anything, but like our belief is that as the business owner, you have to do what's best for what the business needs, not like what you want to do. And the business needs you right now to do two things. You need to acquire new clients and you need to acquire new talent. And like in order to acquire the new talent, you need to have all the systems on the back end ready to be able to scale that.
Right.
And if that's what it requires you to get to that point where you guys can move and have that, then I would suggest as soon as possible trying to, because there's that give and take, right? You have the sacrifice of the hours. You still need to spend time with your new daughter, right?
Absolutely.
And your family and your wife, and you want to have that. So it's like something's got to give and take. And if you have a trainer that can take over your sessions and do it, dropping those down and taking that hour and replacing, instead of waking up and coming to the gym early, you could still wake up and come to the gym early, but instead of coaching, you're working on building that 90-day plan or that 60-day plan.
Yeah.
That will pay off long-term a lot better.
My wife's a genius. She's the one that's been telling me this for a while.
She knows
Next
it.
step, head coach. We need to get a head coach.
That's it, man. That's it.
So,
Yeah, that was gonna be my suggestion. Just hearing you talk for the last like hour or so is just I would write down everything you're currently responsible for, and then looking out who do you have that exists in the business today. Like, is there one of the coaches that you currently have that can help take off
Some of that
stuff for you to
Yeah.
give you a little time back? But I think taking what you're currently doing, surveying that time, and then figuring out what you can pass off, and then fill that in with the gaps of interviews, hiring, building out the training program.
It's not like I didn't know it.
No, just
It's sometimes you gotta be.
I don't want to be here in a year and you're in the same situation, because then I don't want, you know what I mean? I say that and I don't mean to joke a lot, but like that's how a lot of gyms are, you know? I see right now, like if I were going to say it, you're selling and then all you're doing is finding new talent and training the new talent. And then you're just replacing yourself. And then obviously a head coach can help do that. But right now the head coach would also be on the floor too. At the same time, it's kind of like you're going to have to do double duty on this one and both acquire new clients and acquire new talent and train them and get them going. Because it's also your brand. It's going to take an unreasonable amount of work to get them, more than what most people think. You've interviewed 12 people, you need to interview probably another 100. You'll be shocked at how many people, even though you say there's trainers here that can make a decent living, right? There's a lot of people that are doing it. They don't like the unexpected part, the up and downs of owning their own business, and they would prefer a steady gig where they can do their passion and get paid really well for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, sweet. So we just had an incredible time here with Menachem here at LivFit Studios in Brooklyn. He was walking us through, this dude's a wizard when it comes to Excel and everything else. So it's really cool what he's built already here. And then he has another location in Crown Heights, which is, again, mile-wise, how far is that? It's like what?
I take my scooter back and forth. That thing only goes 15 miles an hour. It takes me 25 minutes.
Oh,
I think
wow.
it's 3 miles.
Okay, so we just spoke today about kind of like his goals of like where he's at right now. He's at 40 clients. He just did 76,000 in new contract value.
50 something in cash in the past 3 weeks.
And in just the last 3 weeks. He's been working with us for a little bit. How long have you been working with us? It's been, what, 6 months?
Probably about 6
6 months?
Yeah.
Yep. Like it's really cool actually learning about his gym, the area as well, and how he runs his gym, because the other location, typically we would tell gym owners like, don't open another location. His situation though kind of leads to him being able to do it a little bit differently because he has the same staff. It's just switching where they're at. And so he has the opportunity to actually run 2 locations that could potentially, frankly, running the numbers, easily do over $100,000 a month. I would say closer to 120, maybe 130, depending on how it's situated at full capacity. Number one, he has incredible rent. So this place is $3,000. The other place is $2,250. So he's paying a little over $5,000 in rent in New York City, which is absolutely insane. I don't know who you had to pay off or kill to have that happen. So no one was killed in the making of this or the rent of this. 1,200 square feet in this location. The other one is 800 square feet. This place, he's done a phenomenal job because it's only 700 square feet of actual usable space. This is the thing I want to break people's beliefs on. He's going to have 700 square feet of space here, and he's probably going to do 1.4 to 1.5 million in about another year. So he'll have that run rate going. He'll be doing about $120,000 a month from this space. And so for those of you that are like, my space isn't big enough or whatever. No, it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the organization in which you're able to run your classes and your sessions, the type of training model that you use. And so his training model really works exceptionally well for a high growth, high profit business model. Because he doesn't do large group. He has one large group class, but most likely he'll kill it. And it'll just be semi-privates and privates, and allows him to scale really quickly. The only bottleneck is human acquisition. So at that point, because it's a high touch model, he has to really make sure that he has the right people in place. And so we kind of talked a little bit about that. Here in New York, you have to be creative with it and obviously try to go after it hardcore, but long term, I think he's set up in a really good spot. for where you're gonna go. I mean, honestly, you need that head coach, and if you can get those pieces in place to where you can really spend a lot more time on the onboarding and the training of new staff members, then that's where your scaling will go really, really fast. Something that's really cool too that I love about Menachem is that the fact that he's super confident in his projections and where he's gonna go, because he has a plan. And like, he knows where he's going, he knows how to get there. Yeah, there's probably gonna be hiccups, just like any business period, but he's been doing it for 12 years now. So now you have the vision of exactly where you wanna go and the clarity of that. And now it's just a matter of executing on that plan. For many of you, you're like, I need to hire people. He's had, just in the last 3 weeks, he's done 12 interviews. I told you, I was like, you probably gotta do another 100, right? And like, he has to look for other people, but like, volume at this point is the name of the game when trying to find people to solve that bottleneck in his business. But I know you're willing to put in the time and the effort to be able to do it, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been doing this for 12 years. Vision really wasn't a problem for a long time. You know, it's easy to sit down and, you know, you saw my Excel sheets and everything. At the end of the day, the thing that really changed recently was the getting up and doing it, the execution.
Yeah, the execution.
So I've been a one-man show for a long time. Things are moving faster than they've ever, you know, done before.
You're at a really exciting time. You're at the point where entrepreneurs kind of transition into being CEOs of their business. So now you get to take that vision that you've had for the last 12 years and transfer it to a group of people, your team that's going to work under you to help execute that vision. Which is super exciting.
You get to go from being the doer of all things to the leader of all the people. I don't know if y'all caught that. He did $42,000 3 weeks ago, took a week off, then did $37,000 in sales last week. It's totally possible.
I'm looking forward to sleeping this weekend.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Taking a week off and then doing it again next week.
I love it. A piece of being a really successful and exceptional trainer and gym owner is having really good programming and exceptional coaches. And he knows what he's talking about. He's not just someone that's like, hey, cool, let's go do 100 burpees and make you sweat. He actually knows how to program and how to coach people, which is a major part of actually being a successful coach. And it's also, there's a piece of this which is balancing the science and the execution of business. And sometimes a lot of people get caught up in the, oh, it has to be this perfect way of training. And there's a piece of that that has to be a part of it, but there also has to be the business. You have to marry the two together in order to see long-term growth within a business. And you've done that and you're starting to do that right now, which is really cool. And this is like a learning lesson too, like for me though, people's attributes and characteristics can be good in a situation and really bad in another situation. Your perfectionism and ideal to like everything has to be perfect is not good when it comes to needing to execute and grow in sales, but it's really good when you're trying to hire people because your level of tolerance is in the basement, literally like your gym, which is great. Like you should not, when it comes to hiring people, you should have a very low level of tolerance and you should always want the best. So knowing when to flex that perfectionism and that desire is like, that's exceptional. Well, dude, thank you so much for having us. This is amazing. I really appreciate it. I know you're busy already and the fact that you let us just come in, you're so welcome. I cannot thank you enough. This is awesome, man. I love it, dude.
Yeah,
I love it.
Next time we're back, we'll have to jump in on a class.
Yes, without a doubt. It'll be awesome. All right, guys. If you like our stuff and you like it, you enjoy it, hit that subscribe button, hit that like. And if you're ever in Brooklyn and you have the opportunity to reach out, and if he is still accepting drop-ins and people to come in, then definitely I highly suggest it. Appreciate y'all.